Hello, happy Friday. Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing, topping our newscast. It was a dark day for the Virgin Islands Police Force. On Thursday, as we reported, 2 police officers were found dead on a beach in Frederiksted on St. Croix. The motives remain unconfirmed, and many details of the case have not been revealed by the police department, but we do have major developments. News 2's April Knight has that story.
A suspect has been apprehended in connection with the shooting deaths of 2 police officers on St. Croix on Thursday.
We are going to bring whomever is responsible to justice.
Officers Leisha Lamy, 30 years old, and Kai Javois, 28, were found lying lifeless on Hams Bluff Beach in Frederiksted around 1 p.m. on Thursday, sending a ripple of shock across the territory.
The police department is leaving no stones unturned, obviously, and we are going to pursue all leads.
According to the VIPD, the suspect had his advice of rights hearing on St. Croix Friday morning. As of early Friday afternoon, the suspect remained unidentified, but News 2 got information that a police officer is in custody and is being kept isolated from the rest of the detainees. In a press conference on Thursday evening, Governor Kenneth Mapp and Commissioner Delroy Richards have already eliminated various motives for the killings, including terrorism, anti-police hate, and gang violence. Police did not say how many times the officers were shot or where on their bodies they were shot. They did say that they're putting all their available resources behind this investigation.
Both of us have met with the parents of both of the officers and some of their family members, and we have assured them that the resources of the government of the Virgin Islands will be fully deployed to get to the bottom of this tragic incident.
Commissioner Richards said he's reached out to psychologists from within the VIPD and the Department of Health to help police officers cope with the violent deaths of 2 of their own.
They have responded to the police department and are providing counseling to all the officers from within this department.
Reporting for News 2, I'm April Knight.
Again, the Virgin Islands Police Department has some forthcoming information on the lone suspect who was apprehended and advised of his rights. We will keep you updated as soon as we have that information. Police say early this morning the body of Mr. Horace Turnbull, 81 years of age, was discovered on the shoreline face down on John Brewer's Beach at approximately 5:21 a.m. Police say on Thursday at approximately 8:10 p.m., the daughter-in-law of the deceased reported that her father-in-law went to John Brewer's Beach at roughly 3 p.m. and did not return home around 7 p.m. as expected. The family was notified and then decided to go to the beach to search for him. They found his belongings. His white Toyota truck was parked alongside the beach, locked and secured. Several law enforcement agencies assisted in searching for the missing man on the beach with negative findings. However, he was found early this morning. The Department of Human Services Commissioner Vivian Ebbison Flood announced today that Jeremiah George, as we reported, the missing minor from the Youth Rehabilitation Center, has been returned to the facility. She thanks everyone involved in his safe return. The Virgin Islands Department of Human Services and the Virgin Islands Police Department worked collaboratively with the community's involvement to ensure the safe return of Mr. George without incident to the custody of YRC officials. It was also reported that Jeremiah George was being transferred at the time of his disappearance. District Court Judge Curtis Gomez sentenced Jennifer Bowen Dudu, 51, and Lennox Phillips, 58, to 120 and 130 months in prison, respectively, for transporting Bowen Dudu's minor daughter for sex. Judge Gomez also sentenced Bowen Dudu to 10 years of supervised release and paid a fine of $15,000 and a special assessment of $100. Phillips and Bowen Dudu, both of St. Thomas, pleaded guilty to transporting the minor for sex. According to court records, Phillips transported Bowen Dudu's 13-year-old daughter in his taxi van for the purpose of engaging in sexual activity. Bowen Dudu allowed her daughter to have sex with Phillips and was paid. Well, here's an update on the election count from Election Supervisor Caroline Fox. She's reminding the public that the current primary election results reports published are unofficial. At the poll ballots, both the public office and party office ballots results have been compiled in both election districts, according to Fox. She also said the party office ballots were hand-counted by the respective district boards in both districts. The party ballots could not have been scanned into the DS-200, she said, as those ballots were printed locally by the Department of Property and Procurement and therefore were not coded. Dr. Michelle S. Davis was officially sworn in as the territory's health commissioner at a ceremony on Friday at Government House. Governor Mapp said Dr. Davis, an epidemiologist by training, has an exceptional medical and administrative background, particularly suited to addressing the territory's current challenges in managing the Zika virus and new efforts to prevent rather than treat many chronic illnesses. Dr. Davis will serve as health commissioner for 2 years under an agreement with the federal government. Dr. Davis has worked as the Deputy Secretary for Health for the Pennsylvania Department of Health. She held positions as Deputy Health Commissioner for Policy and Planning with the City of Philadelphia and Senior Epidemiologist with the CDC. Meanwhile, an alarming rise in confirmed Zika cases is causing some concern in the territory, but according to the VI Department of Health, it's nothing to be worried about as long as residents take necessary precautions against mosquito bites. They're also reminding residents of various free Zika-related services. NEWS2's April Knight has more.
The number of new Zika cases in the territory spiked dramatically in the past week. The VI Department of Health reports 36 new cases, 32 of which are on St. Thomas. The new cases in the last week alone are almost a third of the total numbers so far, 115 since the first case 33 weeks ago. 6 pregnant women so far have tested positive. According to health officials, the rising trend is expected.
Been expecting a rise in Zika cases based on the analysis of the chikungunya outbreak in the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. It showed that between the 34th and the 37th weeks, those are the highest recording of that outbreak.
Of the 115, 90 cases are on St. Thomas, 23 on St. Croix, and 2 on St. John. They encourage residents to take advantage of the free services they offer to help fight the virus.
Our free Zika test training can be found at 12 locations in the territory, and that information can be found on our website at doh.ci.gov. In addition to, we're providing free larvicide and vector control treatment, and we're also providing free Zika prevention kits to pregnant women.
In the face of the Zika outbreak, the U.S. Virgin Islands is still one of the safest places in the Caribbean, according to the Health Department.
Support from the CDC and the Department of Health experience and our continuous preparation for communicable diseases such as the Zika virus establishes the U.S. Virgin Islands as one of the safest destinations in the Caribbean. And this is a result of our background in these kind of outbreaks.
Reporting for NEWS2, I'm April Knight.
And according to the Health Department, there have been no hospitalizations and therefore no fatalities as a result of the virus. One pregnant woman who was confirmed lab positive gave birth to a healthy baby. Hillary Clinton has just released her 2015 tax returns as promised after repeatedly challenging Donald Trump to do the same. The tax return shows she and Bill paid roughly a third of their multi-million-dollar income to Uncle Sam. Hillary and Bill Clinton pulled in $10.6 million in 2015 and paid $3.24 million in federal income taxes. Her opponent, Donald Trump, has yet to release any tax returns, a fact Clinton brings up regularly. Trump says he's not releasing them because he's under audit and said he would when the audit is complete. By not releasing them during the campaign, Trump is breaking with a 40-year bipartisan tradition of transparency expected of presidential nominees. Keeping our eye on the economy, Macys announced Thursday that it plans to close about 100 of its department stores. The retailer will shut down about 15% of its struggling stores. The move comes as Macys revealed its second quarter sales fell less than feared. Macys did not say which stores or how many employees will be affected, but said it will happen early next year. Shoppers should watch for great closing sales at the end of the year. The Pentagon is saying Pokemon no on government-issued phones and devices. According to a Washington Times report, Pentagon officials recently sent a memo reminding workers and contractors to keep Pokemon off of their work phones. The memo said the augmented reality game could be used by spies to pinpoint the locations of sensitive facilities where secrets are stored. A Pentagon spokesman said Pokemon Go, Poke Radar, and Poke Finder apps are not on the list of approved apps for government-issued devices. Pentagon staff can still play the games on their personal phones, but the Pentagon asks them to use sound judgment when they do so at and away from work. Let's take a look at the stock market watch at the New York Stock Exchange. According to the numbers there, the Dow down 38, NASDAQ up 4, S&P 500 also down. Coming up on News 2, our athletes are doing well at the Olympics in Brazil.
It's actually Saturday morning. I'll be fighting against Team France. And just working on getting recovered, man. This recovery.
VI's Clayton Laurent prepares to square off with Tony Yoka of France in boxing men's super heavy over on Saturday. That's coming up. Labor Commissioner Catherine Hendry Esquire wishes to advise all Virgin Islands employers and the general public that the final Rule Overtime Fair Labor Standards Act will go into effect on December 1st, 2016, adapted from the Office of the White House Press Secretary. Overtime protections were first put into place by the Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938 and established the standard that workers be paid time and a half for any hours worked over 40 hours in a week. In general, all hourly employees are guaranteed overtime, and salaried employees are presumed to have the same guarantee unless they both, one, make more than a salary threshold set by the Department of Labor, and two, pass the test demonstrating that they primarily perform executive, administrative, or professional duties. You can call the Department of Labor for more information. Well, here's an update on the Charles Howard complex. As a result of the technician working on the AC unit, the unit had to be shut down, which affected the working conditions. Therefore, staff were allowed to leave at 1 p.m. today. The clinics were able to care for over 40 clients during that time. They expect the unit to have it all operational over the weekend. The air condition issues also affected the complex on Wednesday and Thursday, as we reported, suspending services early afternoon. Executive staff walked through the halls of the Charles Howard complex, addressing employees' concerns and health issues. Well, in recognition of National Breastfeeding Month, the Women, Infants, and Children's Division, or WIC, of the Department of Health, they will be hosting ceremonies on each island, honoring and educating mothers in the territory who breastfeed. The ceremonies will take place on St. Croix at the Charles Howard Complex in the WIC Clinic on Monday, August 15th from 10 a.m. to 12, on St. John at the Morris de Castro Clinic on Wednesday, August 24th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., and St. Thomas at Tutu Park Mall in the WIC Clinic on Thursday, August 25th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Presentations, activities, gift bags with goodies, and a certification of appreciation will all be presented. High school students participating in the revived Math and Science Research Academy this summer in St. Croix showcased their STEM projects on Friday, July 29th at the University of the Virgin Islands Great Hall. The Research Academy was conducted from June 27th to August 5th, 2016 at the St. Croix Educational Complex. About 60 students eagerly discussed their research projects and proudly displayed their accomplishments through PowerPoint presentations, posters, brochures, jewelry, and other items made from recycled materials, replicas of the historic district of downtown Christiansted and the Henry E. Rolson Airport made of Lego blocks, and a model of the island of St. Croix depicting guts, ponds, dams, and other water storage areas adorned the hall, all presented there. Good job by the students. Department of Education's Division of Virgin Islands Cultural Education, in conjunction with the Department of Sports, Parks, and Recreation, they will conduct the final TGI Sunday concert in the park Sunday, August 14th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Vern Richards Memorial Park in Frederiksted. Dimitri Pikey Koopman's Renaissance Band and Sasha Alexander's Sweet Pepper Band will be featured. Food and drinks will be on sale. Residents should attend this free concert to hear and dance to quadrille music from the legendary Renaissance Band and the youthful Sweet Pepper Band. Departments of Sports, Parks and Recreation Assistant Commissioner Craig Shaky Williams, a floor master, will lead a quadrille session for all interested in dancing. And here's something moving forward for many heading off island. The summer sizzling summer concert is the Caribbean Cultural Fest, Platinum and Gold Soca's Timeline, presented by Virgin Islanders United. Now, this free annual outdoor music concert takes place on Sunday, September 4th from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the Jackie Robinson Park in Harlem, New York. The festival is an established crowd-pleasing event which attracts over 6,000 plus loyal fans annually, powered by USVI-based sponsors. Many entertainers involved includes Prince Galloway of St. Croix, King Derby, St. Croix, and King Generic, soca hitmakers Lorena Davis and the TKO Band. Representing at Antigua and Barbuda, we have many others as well. And USVI's Nikki Brooks and Rudy Live. Spectrum Band will be there as well. The show will be hosted by USVI's co-founder and past president of VIU, Kevin Hughes, and Avril Francis. Well, today our laser sailor, Cy Thompson, in the 2016 Olympics was scheduled for races 7 and 8 of 10. Congratulations to Cy on coming in 6th for race 7. And there he is with team leader Philip Shannon. We will update you on how he did in the later races. The VI's Clayton Laurent Jr. squares off versus Tony Yoka of France in boxing's men's super heavyweight over 91 kg round-off 16 on Saturday at 12 noon. We hear from the champ.
My name is Clayton Laurent Jr. I'm the 91 plus kg representative for the Virgin Islands. My next fight is actually Saturday morning. I'll be fighting against Team France. And just working on getting recovered, man. Just recovery, working on staying sharp, fixing some things that I did bad in the first round, and just being ready and stay sharp to be ready for Saturday. Stay tuned.
Now, gymnast Simone Biles says she never gives up. Simone managed to make history and break a record all in less than a minute. She became the first African-American woman to win an individual event in Olympic swimming on Thursday night. She and Penny Oleksiak of Canada tied for the fastest time and Olympic record in the women's 100-meter freestyle, 52.70 seconds. Simone Biles says she enjoyed doing what she does best and gives it 100%.
To be remembered as someone who never gave up and that just put in 100% for everything I did, and not only did I just go out there and have fun and represent my country, it's just I really enjoyed doing what I do. Because you have a sense of pride in a way you carry yourself, and it's like everything that has led me up to this moment has paid off, and it's all been worth it. I have no regrets, and I'm just very excited. But then again, I do have 2 gold medals now, but it doesn't change who I am. I'm still the same person.
Well said. Well, be sure to stick around. Your News2 AccuWeather forecast comes your way next.
Happy Friday, and thanks so much for joining me. I'm AccuWeather's Larissa Abreu here with a look at your Virgin Island forecast. We saw showers today. It wasn't a lot, but we saw a few of those trade wind showers, and conditions will continue quite tranquil here over the next few days. Long term, we don't have any important precipitation over the region. We have one tropical wave you can see here on satellite. It's over Puerto Rico. That's going to continue to exit the region, and then we have dry air in place across the Caribbean. We're also watching yet another tropical wave. The nice thing is that tropical wave will pass off towards the south of the Virgin Islands. So once again, long term, we aren't looking at any important precip. As far as tonight, nothing but a passing shower. Otherwise, anticipate partly cloudy skies. Overnight low of 81 degrees, so relatively mild out there. And as we start off the weekend, we'll see sunshine, we'll see clouds, and then a trade wind shower once again. So very spotty showers here for the weekend. Nothing important, lots of sunshine, few fair weather clouds to kick off the weekend, and temperatures will be in the 90s Saturday afternoon. In St. Thomas, quite similar with a high near 90, partial sunshine, spotty showers around 89 in St. Croix. Spotty showers will be the trend here as well. So once again, no important precipitation, but if you're out and about, have the umbrella handy just in case you are under one of those passing showers. Across the Atlantic, we don't have any alerts or warnings, so conditions are very nice. Waves are between 2 and 4 feet with winds out of the east between 10 and 15 knots. Out in the Caribbean, very similar here too, with waves between 2 and 4 feet and winds out of the east between 10 and 15 knots. So if you have any boating plans this weekend, this is definitely the weekend to do so, since conditions will remain nice and tranquil. Here's a look at the next 5 days across the Virgin Islands. A stray shower once again as we head towards the second half of the weekend. Conditions remaining nice and tranquil with all of that drier air that I pointed out migrating its way over towards the region. And that's going to give us hazy sunshine as we head towards Monday. Temperature of 91 expected. Sunny spells continuing here Tuesday and Wednesday. So conditions are looking good here long term. Once again, lots of sunshine. The threat for just a spotty shower around over the next few days. And temperatures quite warm in the 90s. Sandy?
Thank you, Larissa. Time for a news to weather picture there by Robin Eddy, 8 years of age, of Lockhart Elementary School, showing us some summertime weather and weekend weather. Going outdoors to have some fun. This weekend, she says, keep the umbrella handy because you never know. And also don't wash the cars this weekend because we may get some showers here and there. Thank you for that. Send us News 2 weather picture to News 2, Innovative Business Center, 4611 Tutu Park, Suite 300, St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, 00802. And that is all for this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing on behalf of all of us here. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next time.